Welcome back to my channel. It is Hillary Jubilee, and I am joined today by Katie from Live It in the Now. And she teaches on her channel. She teaches how to manifest step by step, fast and easy, and gives real life stories and examples. Welcome, Katie.
Hello, yes, thanks for having me.
Oh, yes, we did part one over on Katie's channel. So I will link that down below if you want to check that out. And then we are on to part two here. So, Katie, how did you find out about manifestation, law of attraction, law of assumption? Like, where did it all begin for you?
Well, I was just reading about it and then learned more and more, and I kept having really interesting experiences happen. And then I just analyzed it. I'm like, how did this happen? Why does it happen for some things and not for other things? And so I narrowed it down then to like three steps. So in
That's,
the end, it's all the core three things. hmm
I love it. Yeah. Can you share with us what your three steps for manifesting are?
Yeah. So my three steps to manifesting. Well, one is decide what you want. Two is to say what you want. And as you say what you want, you would like see it with you, next to you, you doing it. And then you want to feel the having of it as you say it. And then step three is finding a way to convince yourself that you'll have it and that it will happen. So for step two, I use like a wanted story. So I would say what I want in a way that makes me convinced that I'll have it and that it will happen.
That's
So those are
awesome.
the three steps overall.
I love that. And so you just use that process for anything that you want to manifest.
Yep, I've seen it work for any and all desires.
So cool.
hmm
Um, Can you tell me about how you manifested your specific person? Did you use these steps?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, first of all, I just decided that is what I wanted. And then I basically listed out the qualities of them and I made a wanted story. So, a wanted story is just like a short paragraph, like of what I want that makes me like convinced that I'll have it and that it will happen. So, it'd be like, and my main phrase or my dominant thought that I use is I say what I want and it happens. I always get what I want. I want and the thing that I want. So that I know that every time I say that, plus my desire, that means I want to have it and have it happen next. And so then it does. so
That's awesome.
so I would like add in phrases like I want them to come to me and find me exactly where I am now, or I want a girlfriend or boyfriend who's perfect for me in every way, add in specific like statements about them then.
That's cool. How did it unfold?
Oh well, so I found like I did that and I convinced myself that it'll happen and I'll have it. And then like we were just led to each other, almost felt like magic. so
That's so
it was
cool.
just like, yeah, it's like internally led to them and them to me. And we're both like, how did we even meet each other? How did this even really happen? But
How did it
yep.
happen?
well, it was on like a dating app, but we were like lived
Okay.
pretty far and we're both like our settings weren't set that far. Like how did it even come together?
Oh, that's so
And it
cool.
actually
Yeah,
took a while. Like you don't really realize it at first. It's sort of like something about them will stand out, and you're like, oh wow, okay, yeah, this is my manifestation.
totally. That's
So
awesome.
like at the very first sight, I didn't realize it was them until later on, and you're like stuff about it stands out, and you're like, oh yeah, I wrote that.
Sometimes it's kind of eerie.
So that
Yeah.
was definitely neat to see. So
That's
some,
awesome.
and I have had it happen before, like with someone else, but then you like realize maybe something else you wanted within them
Yeah,
or about them. So then it all just goes back to making the new list then, or adding something new to your wanted story.
totally. Cool.
hmm
And I know that you manifested a trip recently. So tell us how you did that and where you went.
Well, so that was just interesting. I just thought in my mind, I want to take trips, but like people didn't have like money or time to do that. So I'm like, well, I don't know, I want to travel with someone or do something with someone. But I was just like asking my niece about like Florida because she's been there before. And she's like, well, I'll go with you and we'll go together. And she brought her friend and I brought my sister and we all ended up going to Florida. But
That's
it's
fun.
just in the way that it happens. like it like finds a way for you pretty much. hmm
Yeah, that's awesome. That's cool.
So it just like,
Um,
goes from thinking there is no way to the world finds a way for you type of, that's
yeah,
always
and
interesting. Mhm.
opening yourself up to that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love how like it finds a way for you, or like you're led to it.
Yeah, totally. Do you have any type of routine or morning routine for manifestation?
Oh, well, if I have like a new desire, I would say like my wanted story, probably once in the morning, maybe once at night, just to make it more dominant in my mind. And then the more and more I feel like I have it, or like even like I have it right now, or that it'll happen soon, then I kind of say it less and less.
Yeah,
And then I realize that then it shows up and it manifests then. hmm
that's cool. Yeah,
So,
you'll go
mhm.
ahead.
So not really any type of other like morning routine. Just if there's something specific I want to manifest, that's how I go about it. hmm
Cool. Yeah, that's cool how you said like the more you feel like you have it, the less you say it. You know, how like Neville Goddard
hmm
says, like after you come out of your visualization or like your, manifestation session, then you should no longer feel the want for it. It's like the more you practice, feeling like you already have it, you want it less. So you're less like you don't need to keep on keeping on because you already feel like you have it.
hmm
It's cool.
Yeah. And also, if you like do it too many times, then it just is also focusing on the lack of it at the core.
Yeah.
Like you still feel not convinced that it's going to happen and that you'll have it.
Yeah, like really having that trust that what you're doing is enough and not like feeling like I need to do more and more. Like, where is it? It's not coming. Yeah, really having that
Yeah.
trust. Yeah,
So for any desire, you really like your goal is that you want to feel like, yes, I'll have it and yes, it'll happen. And
totally.
that's around the time that it then manifests. hmm
How important do you think self-concept is when manifesting?
Well, I think it's pretty important, especially if you want to manifest a specific person, like having a good overall view of yourself.
Yeah,
But if you kind of have like a not so good one, you could also use like the 3 steps to change that or feel better about yourself.
definitely.
Like in the wanted story, you could say, I want to be seen as, I want to be seen as beautiful. I want to be seen as accepted. I want to be seen as perfect exactly the way I am. So that'll definitely help your self concept.
Yeah, totally. I love that.
hmm
Do you have any other manifestation tips you want to share?
Oh, I just think like getting used to the 3 steps and really
Yeah,
like understanding them, and then you can apply it to like any desire, and so it
so
definitely becomes
simple.
easier.
Yeah,
It sounds like
yeah,
so easy, like yeah, okay, I'll 3 steps and that's it. But if you do it and understand it correctly, then it definitely does work.
totally. That's awesome. I love that simplicity. It's just don't overcomplicate it. Just
hmm
decide what you want
hmm
and yeah, persist on it. Yeah.
hmm
Well, thank you for joining me on my channel. I had a lot of fun.
Yes, me too. Thanks so much.
Everybody, if you haven't watched part one yet, head over to Katie's channel and give her a subscribe, and I'll link her channel down below.